Already diving into the very first one, and that brings us to the epic Squid Ink cookie. Squid Ink is going to be one of the best magic cookies in the game and provides a ton of AoE damage. Not only that, Squid Ink does cross over from World Exploration and Cookie Alliance and also into Guild Boss Battle, making them a very, very valuable cookie to have for every single player. As for the best toppings, you can run a full searing raspberry build, a full apple jelly build, or a healthy mixed set of 3 searing raspberries and 2 apple jellies. The main focus here, depending on whichever set you are currently running, is you're trying to stack up as much damage resistance as you possibly can to aid in their survivability and as much attack percent as you possibly can and aid in them doing more damage. I will say that stacking up a good amount of cooldown sometimes over that 8 or 9% will come in handy for them utilizing their skill more often, but overall it's all about doing more damage and staying alive for Squid Ink. Now diving into the second cookie on this list, that actually brings us to the brand new epic Rockstar. Rockstar is going to be one of the best healers, if not the best healer currently in the game, as they are currently out healing 5-star ascended pure vanillas. So absolutely going to be somebody to pick up on your team to utilize in pretty much all type of content when you do need a healer. The best toppings are going to be a full Swift chocolate set. The main focus here, you're trying to stack up at least 5% on the crit percent to take advantage of the full 35% that you get from their skill, and then you want at least 17% for the cooldown. The rest of it, I would focus on stacking up as much damage resistance as you possibly can to aid in their survivability. Now diving into the third cookie, and that brings us to the epic Milky Way. They are a charged cookie and placed in the front line. This cookie is going to be very vital for guild boss battles and pretty much bosses in general when it comes to things like Cookie Alliance or even World Exploration. Milky Way is really strong against them because she provides a crazy amount of debuff reduction on them, making the bosses take a lot more damage. Not only that, she provides a stun resistance buff to herself and the entire team. When it comes to toppings, in most situations, Milky Way Cookie is running a full Swift chocolate build. The main focus here is stacking up at least 24% for the overall cooldown. This is going to be my guild boss set that I'm currently using on the Red Velvet Dragon, but I will state that if you do find your Milky Way is dying, then you can do a healthy balance of stacking damage resistance and cooldown just to aid in their survivability. But overall, for the most part, in pretty much every situation, you're going to see more people stacking up 24% for the cooldown and sacrificing some damage resist because Milky Way is absolutely needing to utilize her skill. Alrighty, now the fourth cookie we have on this list is going to bring us to the epic Space Doughnut. They are also a charge unit and placed in the front line, just like Milky Way. Once again, here on their skill, they do have the ability to utilize the defense reduction on a boss, so making them really good for the guild boss battle system because again, they're going to be making sure that the boss takes more damage by reducing their defense directly. Not only that, they do provide a transformation and amplified debuffs to the enemy's team, turning them into donuts, making them not perform their skills and also making sure that they take more damage from other debuffs being applied. This is once again why it makes Doughnut Cookie very vital for every single player. As for the best toppings, running a full Swift chocolate build is going to be ideal here for the guild boss battle system. Your main focus is at least achieving 21% for the overall cooldown. If you do happen to find that your donut is dying a little bit, you do need to focus next on stacking damage resistance and then attack percent or crit percent to aid in them doing more damage. As far as the rest of the content in the game, running a full searing raspberry build is going to be ideal because all you really need for every other type of content, things like World Exploration and Cookie Alliance in events for instance, is going to be stacking up at least 3% for the cooldown to aid in them utilizing their skill and then stacking up damage resistance to aid in their survivability while still stacking up a lot of attack percent to aid in them doing more damage. Already diving into the fifth and final cookie on this list brings us to the epic Tarte cookie. They are a ranged cookie and placed in the rear. When it comes to Tarte, they are an absolute beast when it comes to PvE content. Things like World Exploration stages and bosses, and also things like Cookie Alliance. Unfortunately, they do fall short for the guild boss battle system, but overall, if you are looking for a cookie to aid you out in all other types of PvE content, Tarte delivers a mega punch with her rockets. When it comes to the best toppings for Tarte, that brings us to a full searing raspberry build. They're not really designed to have a whole lot of cooldown reduction, so you're really just trying to focus on stacking damage resistance to aid in their survivability, attack percent to aid in her cannonballs doing more damage, and then the attack speed to make sure that she's utilizing her skill quicker. And that's going to wrap up our top 5 epic cookies list for the current state of the game. Obviously, in the future, if you are watching this, there might be some additional changes or more cookies being added that might make this top 5. But overall, these are the cookies that every single player should have at least built, if not working towards building. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Cookie Run Kingdom related. appreciated. And with that being said, as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.